Hello, good morning. This is Nas from NB Network Lessons. Welcome. Welcome to all of the students around the world. Thank you for joining. Before I start, I do have a quote, and that quote is really interesting. And the quote is deliverance without discipline is deception. I'll say it again. Deliverance without discipline is deception. In other words, whatever you do, whatever work you do, okay, it could be your homework, it could be going to school, it could be going to work. Whatever work you do, if you lack or if you don't have discipline, you're basically deceiving yourself. So I just wanted to pass on this message. Now, coming back to today's topic, what we're going to do is we're going to discuss integration by parts, and this is calculus lesson 59. So in integration by parts, let's say if you have two functions, you have f of x and then you have g of x dx. Okay, so now this is function 1, this is function number 2. All right, and we are asked to do integration for this. Okay, how would you do it? By using integration by parts. So the way we do it is that the first function, f of x, okay, first function can be differentiated, and the second function which is g of x, we can integrate that repeatedly. Integrate that, and I'll give you an example in just a second, but let me just write this down. Repeatedly. Okay, so this function, you can take a derivative of this. It could be first derivative, it could be second derivative. However, for the second function, once you integrate it, you can integrate it repeatedly. For example, you have x e to the x dx. All right, so now this right here is the function of x, okay, and this right here is function of g of x. All right, so can I take derivative of x? Yes, I can. So if I do f prime of x, this will become 1. If I take another derivative of that, this will become 0. Okay, now what about if you try to integrate e of x dx? If you recall from my previous lectures, in which I basically showed you that e raised to power x is indestructible. Okay, no matter how many times you take integral, or how many times you take derivative, it's gonna stay same. Okay, so then the answer to this is just gonna be e to the x. All right, and if you take derivative of that, that's gonna be e to the x too. If you take another integral of this, it's gonna stay e to the x. So that's what I mean when it says function of x can be differentiated and the second function can be integrated repeatedly. Okay, in my next lecture, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do a formula, come up with a formula, show you how we come up with the formula for integration by parts, and then we will solve an example also. Thank you so much for watching. You all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.